Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is titled Unsolicited Advice. So, unsolicited advice, that's basically giving advice that nobody asked for. We've all been on both sides of this, right? Either someone's giving you advice out of nowhere, or maybe you're the one who's offering up tips, thinking you're helping. It happens. And hey, I get it. People mean well. They think they're doing something good. And I've definitely been guilty of that. But in my experience, when you give someone advice they didn't ask for, they tend to get pretty annoyed. I mean, how many times have you heard someone say, "I didn't ask for your advice," or "If I wanted your opinion, I would have asked"? Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. They're right. If someone wants your advice, they'll ask for it. We've got to stop forcing our opinions on people who never asked in the first place. Most of the time, people are pretty aware of their situation. They're not oblivious to what's going on in their own lives. If they need help, they'll seek it out. And if they don't ask, it probably means they don't want it. Simple as that. But for some reason, we still feel this urge to step in and give them the answer, as if they've been waiting around for us to show up and save the day. Now, don't get me wrong, there are obvious exceptions here. Like if someone's clearly struggling, say they're about to drop something heavy, or they're having a total meltdown, of course you step in and help. That's basic human decency. But I'm talking about advice, offering up your opinion when nobody asked for it. That's where things get sticky. Personally, this is something I've had to learn the hard way. Over the years, I've tried to help people by giving advice, thinking I was doing them a favor. And what do I get in return? I didn't ask for your advice. Or no one cares what you think. Yeah, that stings. And guess what? They're absolutely right. They didn't ask for it, so why should I expect them to appreciate it? The tough lesson here is that some people just don't want to be helped. They don't want advice, even if you have the perfect solution for them. You could be sitting on a gold mine of wisdom, the answer they've been searching for, and still they're not interested. And honestly, that's fine. It's their life. They get to decide whether they want to hear you out or not. It's frustrating though, right? Especially when you genuinely want to help. There's a part of me that loves giving good advice, watching someone take it and improve their situation. But I've learned that not everyone wants to be saved, and sometimes they're just not ready to hear what you have to say. And if they didn't ask for it, it's not your place to offer it. What I've decided is that from now on, unless someone directly asks for my advice, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm tired of hearing, "I didn't ask for your help," after trying to do something kind. It's not worth the frustration. People will ask when they want your input, and until then, just let them figure it out on their own. Now, it doesn't always come out bluntly at first. You might be in the middle of a friendly conversation, and everything seems fine, until suddenly they hit you with, "Well, I didn't ask for your opinion." Or worse, "Who asked you?" That's when you realize, yeah, you've crossed a line. I've been there too many times, and honestly, I'm over it. This rant is my way of saying I'm done giving advice unless someone explicitly comes to me and asks for it. I've learned over time that not everyone wants help, and that's okay. It's a tough thing to accept, especially if you're someone who likes helping others, but you've got to respect where people are at. If they don't ask, don't jump in. As I get older, I'm making a conscious effort to cut out unnecessary drama and avoid pointless arguments. And unsolicited advice? That's drama I don't need in my life. I'll sit back, relax, and wait for someone to come to me and say, "Hey, I could really use your advice on this." If they do, great. I'll gladly offer my input. But until then, I'm staying out of it. And even then, there's still the chance they might not take your advice, or worse, they'll turn around and blame you when things don't work out. But that's a whole other rant. For today, I'm just sticking to the fact that giving advice when no one asked for it is a waste of time and energy. So, yeah, that's my rant for today. I'm done handing out advice unless it's requested. People will seek help when they're ready, and until then, it's best to keep your thoughts to yourself. Thanks again for tuning into this episode of the Moore's October Rants. I really appreciate all of you listening and supporting the show. Stay curious, stay thoughtful, and remember, not all advice needs to be shared. All right, thanks for listening and take care. Goodbye.